All right, guys, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome. If you are new here, appreciate you guys waiting patiently, as always, for the intro to finish up there. Hope everybody's doing well today. It's Friday. We just wrapped up another Morning with the Misses stream. It was a long one. So if you're a channel member, I don't know if you joined us, but if you didn't, make sure you go check it out later on when we're finished up here. How's the audio, by the way? For some reason, it's telling me the audio is not coming through so well. I don't know why. If it's coming through good for you guys, that's all that matters. But I'll just disregard that notification, assuming it's coming through okay. Yeah, the God of War Collection. Getting a little pissed about God of War? Yeah, I don't know. There was an announcement today, but not what people were hoping for. God of War Ragnarok getting a little bit of DLC, but basically just some new outfits, some new cosmetics, I guess you could say, for God of War Ragnarok. Not too great. Chris, you're saying, not going to lie, I'm kind of sold on the Xbox strategy after using that GeForce Now experience. I'm trying AAA games with path tracing at 120 FPS. It's actually quite crazy. Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be an interesting... What's interesting is, you know, you talk about GeForce Now, Sony is fleshing out their own cloud stuff, and they're apparently they're doing a really great job with it, but they're like not really talking about it. Like they're not pushing it or anything. It's just kind of something that's going on in the background. But there's no doubt in my mind that Sony believes that that's something that's going to have to be at the forefront, you know, in the future of how people interact and play games through PlayStation. No doubt about that. Dwayne, you pre-ordered the Last of Us limited edition controller. Yeah, that did go live today. I did see some people saying that they pre-ordered it. PlayStation Portal, Xbox, GeForce, all great experiences. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. If you want to help the stream out, let me know you're enjoying it. Easiest way to do so is by hitting the like button. We're going to be talking a little bit about Silent Hill F today. This game was finally fully revealed last night. We got like an extensive trailer that I think pretty much gives us not everything, but most of what we'll need to know to decide if this is a game we're interested in. We're going to be talking about the PlayStation Portal a little bit. We're going to be talking about Ubisoft and a new report that claims they are right now, like they're trying to sell their IP, and they're probably going to have deals made by the end of the month. It's really interesting because Ubisoft has gotten to a point where like this is how bad it's gotten. They have to start selling off their IPs. MBG, I wouldn't be surprised if a state of play will show something God of War. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. We could start off there though. Let me head over to the PlayStation blog. Hold on one second. I gotta quit out of some of this stuff. Got too many tabs open once again. So over on the PlayStation blog, God of War 20th anniversary. Celebrate God of War's 20th anniversary with God of War Ragnarok Dark Odyssey Collection. Oof. God of War 20th anniversary logo. We got a collection, but it ain't the games that people wanted, man. It's disappointing, man. I'm going to be honest. It's pretty disappointing because it feels like It just feels like one of those things, like, how could you not just remaster these 3 games, or at the very least release them standalone, or in just a collection you can purchase with barely any improvements made. But anyway, it says here on the blog post, on March 22nd, God of War will officially reach its 20th anniversary. Back in 2005, when the first God of War released, no one at Santa Monica Studio anticipated the success the series would have. Every creative endeavor carries the hopes of those who shaped it that they might be able to carve a legacy in the industry. What makes those hopes a reality has always been the supportive players who chose to pick up the game and go on a journey with us. As we reflect back on the past 2 decades of God of War, we want to celebrate this milestone with you by sharing the exciting things we have planned leading up to the anniversary. The Dark Odyssey Collection in-game update for God of War Ragnarok, release date Thursday, March 20th. As a gift to everyone who owns God of War Ragnarok, on March 20th, we will be releasing an update for all players on PlayStation and PC that includes the Dark Odyssey Collection at no additional cost, inspired by the working name of God of War and the skin that originally appeared in God of War 2 as a reward for beating the game on God mode difficulty. We are bringing this classic black and gold theme for the 20th anniversary. So it does look pretty cool. Not going to lie, it looks pretty sick. But it says once the update is live, you'll be able to access the collection and any lost items in the chest from any lost items chest in the base game or automatically while in Valhalla. When it comes to the armor appearances, so you got the Dark Odyssey Kratos appearance, but Dark Odyssey armor set for Kratos. And then they have it for Atreus and Freya as well. So it looks pretty sick. And they have the Lost Odyssey weapon appearances and attachments. And the Lost Odyssey shield. So they also have a 20th anniversary fan kit. It says don the black and gold anniversary theme with our latest fan kit with something for every platform. You can celebrate 20 years in style no matter where you go. The 20th anniversary gallery nucleus exhibition. Those live dates are going to be between March 15th and March 23rd. So it says it's going to be featuring a collection of new artwork inspired by the past 20 years of God of War. And 20th anniversary merch. For the anniversary, we've been hard at work with a group of fantastic partners to bring you a wide range of merch that celebrates the long history of the series. All throughout next week, our friends will be rolling out either orders or pre-orders for the following items. You got the God of War 20th Anniversary Retrospective. Pre-orders are open Monday, March 17th. Journey alongside Kratos' mortal creators with a 2-volume retrospective book set chronicling the 20-year development of the God of War series. The Cook and Becker 20th Anniversary Print Collection. They have a couple plushies. Let me see. There's a 20th Anniversary Vinyl Collection. 20th Anniversary T-shirt Collection. And then they're also going to have 20th Anniversary sales. So, yeah, I mean, I'm scrolling through it all here, and yeah, man, I think it's safe to say that there's not going to be a God of War collection. I mean, look, could they announce it? Yeah, it could still be real, but I don't know, man. It seems like this is the time where this is over on the PlayStation blog, by the way. Anime for Entertainment, a member for 19 months, says, where is Ghost of Yotei? I don't know. I think we're going to be seeing Ghost of Yotei in the next 3 months or so. Mini Tom Official, you're saying kind of boring. Okay, says, so I was right. It would be an art book instead of the remastered games. I mean, if you go on social media, reading the replies from people, everybody's pretty much asking where the collection is of games, like the remaster collection. And I guess the only thing that maybe we can hope for, if there is in fact no remaster collection, is that seeing the amount of people asking for this and basically demanding it, maybe it will open Sony's eyes and make them realize that we should do this. People will buy this. But I don't know. It seems like the dream for now is maybe dead. I don't think I could sit here and tell anybody to continue to hold out hope that there's going to be a God of War remaster collection when it's like they just announced everything, dude. And they got a lot of different stuff. You know, they're definitely doing stuff, but nothing they're doing here involves the older games. So, yeah, I guess that's that. All right, hold on. Let me pop out the chat here. You're happy with Sony doing something for God of War, but it's not enough. Don't worry, there's always the 30th anniversary. This is true, Angry Whale Watcher. This is true. Just like Bloodborne, right? You'll ask the leakers. I mean, yeah, I do see people bringing up like maybe Sony will do a state of play or they will have like a showcase or something. And yeah, I mean, you would assume in the next 3 months or so they're gonna have some kind of show. Could it show up there? I mean, sure, yeah, it could, but I don't know. I just at this point I'm just starting to think that maybe some wires were crossed where like, yeah, there is going to be a collection. It's not of the games though. It's for other stuff. Many times you're saying you're getting tired of Sony now. You only like Death Stranding 2 so far. Well, at least there's something, right? Maybe Sony will drop something when it's time. They like to keep it quiet, right, MBG? I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't want to give people any type of false hope here. I would honestly just assume it's not happening. I'm just going to assume it's not happening. Oh, I don't know about that. Hey, Tarnish, that sounds that sounds pretty loaded. I don't know about that. Are you guys forgetting Sony already came out and said they don't know if they're going to have a showcase? When you say something like that, sounds like you don't have a lot of confidence. I don't have confidence that they're going to do a showcase. I'm certain they'll do something. You know, they do state of plays pretty much every quarter, give or roughly every quarter. So during the summer, they will do something, but whether like will it be a showcase? I'm not confident. I'm leaning more towards a state of play than a showcase. Maybe just a really good state of play, depending. But yeah, I didn't have that listed as a topic because I actually missed that. I think this news just came out like an hour ago. Leakers were probably confusing the God of War remasters with the Gears of War remasters. Oh, that would suck so bad. They're both GOW, man. That would suck. Oh, I forgot to put this up, by the way. I don't know why that was. So, yeah, guys, thank you for joining the stream today. We are going to talk about Silent Hill, but before I do, again, I want to thank you for hanging out with me. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. And remember, there are ways you can help support the channel. There are basically 4 ways you can become a channel member, gain access to exclusive perks. We did a morning with the missus today, actually, 2 hours long for members only. So if you're not a member, consider becoming one. You gain access to that exclusive content. You gain access to other members' content as well, and you support the channel. If you're already a member, or if you were a member before, consider gifting memberships. We try to hit goals around here. You know, striving for 25 members will feed boss some treats. Consider donating a super chat or dropping a direct donation as well. These are all ways in which you can support the channel directly. I do rely on you guys to be able to do this here. We are completely fan funded. So, big thank you to everybody who makes it possible. Y'all missing out on MBG ASMR. Am I the only one that feels like Silent Hill F reminds them of Fatal Frame? No, I don't think you're the only one. I've actually been seeing quite a few people mention that. But yeah, Silent Hill F, this was first announced a couple of years ago. Actually, I think in 2022. This was announced at the Silent Hill transmission. It was like the first one that they did. And I wasn't feeling too excited about it because I was unfamiliar with the developer working on it. The developer, they're Neobards, I think is how you say their name, Neobard or something like that. And their only experience was working as a support team on like Resident Evil 3 Remake, I think, and REverse and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I'm not, I don't know that I trust this team to handle the Silent Hill franchise, but we got a full trailer yesterday and it actually looks really good. Josh Z with a $10 chat says, not for nothing MBG, but I heard a dev from another company say that remasters are actually more time consuming than making a new game. Metroid Prime developers, I think, the Prime devs, it was eye-opening. Interesting, Josh. Yeah, I guess it's one of these things where they have to really decide if like the juice is going to be worth the squeeze, so to speak, right? Like, I have no doubt that doing if you're talking about doing like proper remasters and not something that's like a rushed, underwhelming mess or whatever, like actually properly remastering a game, it does seem like it takes a decent amount of time and effort, and it, no matter which way you slice it, it takes away from the resources, right? When we look at like Naughty Dog, The Last of Us Part 1, I don't even think Naughty Dog hides from this fact. It's just like we have like 400 devs, and there's like a large portion of devs here that aren't doing anything. Like, we don't have anything for them to do. Where we are in the development cycle of our new game, they're not ready. Like, we're not ready to have them work on it. So in the meantime, we give them something to do. And yeah, I think there's no denying that remastering games, again, it depends on the extent, right? Like how long it takes and how much effort's going into it. There's no doubt that it takes up resource, it takes up time, but I guess it would really depend on what Santa Monica's doing, because I don't know, my whole idea is like Santa Monica probably wouldn't be the ones to remaster the original God of War games. But then again, who would? Maybe you think, well, hey, maybe Blue Point can do that now. I don't know. I mean, Blue Point was apparently making a God of War live service. At this point, it seems like it would have been better if they were just remaking God of War 1 or something. You know, I think that would have been a better bet at this point. Maybe like Nixxes would have done it, but even if Nixxes did it, I mean, they seemingly have their hands completely full with PC ports and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's a resource thing. Maybe they're working on the next God of War. They're working on their new IP. Maybe they just simply don't have the bandwidth to be able to justify, taking the time to remaster these 3 games. Because that's what's interesting is I feel like it's something that Sony would want. I do. I feel like Sony would be like, yeah, we can sell this and make money. Easy. But if the studio is just like, yeah, we can't do that right now. Like, if we were to do that, maybe it'll add more time to, more dev time overall to the next God of War or something. It'll take away from it, I mean. But yeah, man, these remasters, it seems to me like when you see studios putting out remasters, like Guerrilla putting out Horizon Zero Dawn remastered, I always get the feeling it's because the developers, they don't, they have a certain group of developers that like just aren't doing anything, and so that's what they're going to do. And that's why it's basically easy money in a way, or if not easy money, just a way to easily support the studio, I guess. But it makes me wonder what Sony Ben's going to do now, because nobody's working on anything now, apparently. But Josh, I do appreciate the super chat, man. Maybe we'll see the remasters on Switch too. I doubt it. But at this point, I'm doubting that the remasters are even. I don't know. I doubt that the remasters are even real, honestly. I am starting to think that with all the rumors about Gears of War, right, remastered, there's a Gears of War remaster collection. Between those rumors and the fact that Santa Monica did announce a collection today. They did. It's the 20th anniversary God of War Ragnarok Dark Odyssey collection. It's making me think that there were some wires that got crossed, and people who were leaking this information maybe were under the wrong impression. Switch to exclusive God of War Remake. There you go, man. Oblivion was not on PlayStation. It wasn't? Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, apparently that's happening next month. Apparently, Elder Scrolls Oblivion is being remastered. I don't think it's a full-blown remake. It's like a remaster in Unreal Engine. It's going to be announced next month and released next month. And it will release on PS5. So Microsoft seems to have a lot lined up for April. Was it on PlayStation? I don't know. It was on PS3. Yeah, I've never really paid much attention to Bethesda's RPGs, so I wouldn't know. I know that Elder Scrolls was, or sorry, not Skyrim. Elder Scrolls Skyrim was on PlayStation. I do know that. That's on everything now. Maybe it was a timed exclusive or something. I do recall there being like some type of exclusivity between Bethesda and Xbox back in the day. Did Totoki say the big titles will show in summer 2025? The only thing that Hiroki Totoki said is that Sony is going to have big single-player tentpole titles ready to release every year going forward. That's what he said. So, Oblivion will be the #1 seller on PlayStation that week. Yeah, I could see that. I think people are curious to see like how much work and effort went into this Oblivion remaster. I think some people are kind of expecting maybe more than what's actually going to be done, but I guess we'll find out. You wish they showed gameplay for Silent Hill F yesterday? Yeah, so Silent Hill F, the thing that really intrigues me about this game more than anything is the fact that it's the first mainline Silent Hill game set outside of Silent Hill, which is kind of funny to think about. But it seems like they decided they're going to take the essence of what Silent Hill is, what it represents, and like, you know, the psychological horror of it, and the fact that it kind of like, it's like tethered to Silent Hill. It's called Silent Hill, but they're just going to take it out of that and put it somewhere else in a different setting. I actually think it's really interesting. I think that this has the potential to be one of the most interesting Silent Hill games ever made. And the trailer that they revealed, I think looks really good, man. I mean, it looks like they're really going for that Japanese horror, and it's looking freaky. They got the pipe, you got the pipe back. It's a universal weapon. Did I see that PlayStation sold over 55K the second week of Japan? And it was worse with only 500 Xboxes? Jesus. Not that shocking, but yeah, it's in Japan, Oh, yeah, true. Silent Hill 4. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that, actually. I guess this is just more of an extreme departure, I guess is what I mean to say, where it's like it's 1960s Japan. And I feel like it's a very unique setting and time period for a game like this, or for a franchise. that's known to kind of have almost like a specific rule set, I guess. Um, but they tried to do it this way, and people were always annoyed where they're like, oh yeah, there's a new game, new Silent Hill game, and a new character, and then like there's still like nurses from Silent Hill 2 showing up. It's like I don't think they understand. You know what I mean? Like they don't understand what this is supposed to represent and how it's supposed to be unique. Like the horrors that they experience and the things that they see are supposed to be unique to their own minds. But yeah, man, I it would have been really good to get some gameplay. But I think some of the shots that they showed in that trailer, it kind of did seem like it was showing off a bit of gameplay. Well, I don't know, not exactly, but it can kind of give you, I think, a pretty good idea of what some of the gameplay will look like. I feel like what we saw, I mean, I'm assuming, I don't know if they confirmed it or not, but it looked like it was in engine. The game is confirmed to be PS5 Pro enhanced, and I thought it looked good. I'm still a little bit nervous. I'm like cautiously optimistic about this game only because I don't know much about neobards. This could be them really making a name for themselves, and I'm rooting for that. Like I want this game to be good. I want them to succeed in the same way that Bloober Team did, where we heard that Bloober Team was remaking Silent Hill 2, and we were nervous about that because it's like, well, are these really the people who should be doing this? Do they have the skill? Are they qualified? And there was a lot of doubt, and they pulled it off. And so it's like I feel similar about this team, except that I think that it's even a little bit more nerve wracking just because it's like, well, they were like a support team, and now they're taking on I would say a monumental task of, well, you're you know you're gonna have to make a brand new mainline Silent Hill game. Thank you for that. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. It helps. Silent Hill 1 and 3 remakes need to come next. I do think that they are coming. Yeah, I think that that's what Bloober Team's being tasked with next. I think Bloober Team's they're making their own original game, but they're also going to continue to do work on remakes of I think Silent Hill 1 and 3. I think 1's probably next, and then 3, which would I think make the most sense. No, I did not see that, Chris. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Uh, will I be watching the spring reveal showcase? Blooper have their own new game shown. I don't. Is there a name for it for this showcase? Spring reveal showcase, or are you just saying that they're going to be revealing that? I forget the name of the game. I know it was announced Chronos or something like that. It's like an original Blooper Team game. I'll check out the reveal. Yeah, I don't know if I'll like stream it necessarily, but I'm interested in seeing. It did look the trailer that they showed. It did look interesting. Xbox is going fourth party, bro. I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean? Chronos: A New Dawn. There we go. Yeah. Starfield will likely release in the fall with the second DLC, 3 paid versions, just like all of Microsoft's releases on PlayStation. Oh, the future game show, spring showcase. Okay. When's that happening? Bro, why are people in my chat saying Xbox is going fourth party? What does that even mean? Third party software, third party console equals third place. Chronos: The New Dawn. Oh, they're letting other companies make hardware with less features. Yeah, I saw there was a lot of conversation happening around that, and yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to even care about what Microsoft is doing in the hardware space at this point, just because it's like they I think that they've made it very clear that they just want to make money off of software. And like Microsoft is more excited at the prospect of holy shit, people are going to pay $100 on PS5 for Forza 5 than they are about people buying their hardware. And you can't blame them because it's like, yeah, dude. PlayStation Starfield, the PlayStation leaked. Did it? Are you serious? Are you trolling me? Let's see. Is that the next? Is that the next game? The next big Xbox game? Let me check. PlayStation logo on Bethesda's Starfield mod page. They now remove the PlayStation logo, and it says content not found. Huh. I mean, I don't know, man. That's to me that's like it is news if it happens, but it's just it does like it's like, oh yeah, Starfield's coming. Like why wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't it? I think Starfield it's a bit newer, so I think it has the chance to sell pretty well on PlayStation. I think Microsoft could probably make good money on it. So I fully expect Starfield will come at some point. You're saying keep that trash on Xbox? Oh my god. Brutal. Now I don't know, man. I think people will be I think there's definitely a group of Bethesda fans that play on PlayStation that would be excited for it. Yeah. No doubt about that in my mind. You think Starfield will be massive when it releases? The spring showcase is March 20th. Okay. All right, Fred. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I might check that out. I don't think I've ever really checked out their showcases, but I think they've been getting better year over year, right? How can Microsoft bring out an Xbox handheld and that doesn't play Xbox games? I did see people talking about a report regarding an upcoming Xbox handheld. I think it's going to be from Asus, where it's going to be fully Windows based, which means you won't be able to bring over your Xbox library or something. That's what the article was saying. I think that's what Jez Corden was saying. Correct me if I'm wrong. And people were kind of freaking out about that. And I'm like, yeah, that would be pretty stupid. Like, I would genuinely not be sure why. Unless it's like, that could be more of an Asus decision and not a Microsoft decision or not an Xbox decision. But I feel like if you're going to put out an Xbox handheld or if you're going to put out an Xbox branded handheld, it would just make sense to make sure that they, if an Xbox player buys it, they can access their Xbox library. I mean, I wouldn't understand it the other way around. Yeah, I think there was a bit of confusion. There was a rumor that a new Xbox handheld was going to be announced and released this year, and people, I think that came from Jez Corden, and people were under the impression that that is like the like Microsoft's internal Xbox handheld. But I think it was Tom Warren who came out and said, actually, Microsoft's own Xbox handheld is not coming out this year. It's not going to be ready, but there is an Xbox handheld, an Xbox branded handheld coming from Asus called Project Keenan or whatever. So it's like, oh, all right. It seems like the first Xbox handheld is going to be from a partner. And yeah, this, like, to me, this sounds like a test bed in a way, if not a test bed, just a kind of way to get people comfortable with the idea of like, yeah, we're not making all of our own hardware anymore. We're going to allow partners to make hardware for us. So I think that's probably why they're doing it with the handheld first, if I had to guess. If it uses the PC app, you can remote play from the Xbox, like the Portal. The Xbox handheld will likely be it's like a really expensive backbone with a screen made by Lenovo, not a first party OEM product. We have Raven X0. He says it's good to see Konami experimenting again. Please bring back Castlevania, especially with today's tech. PS5 Pro for the win. Apparently, well, the good news is, Raven, apparently Castlevania is coming back. I think your wish will be granted. It was leaked out a while ago that a new Castlevania game was in development, but we heard that apparently the Castlevania reveal is happening this year. I believe it's an internal Konami team making it. So I think you're going to be, well, I would say you're going to be happy because it could be a train wreck. I don't know. But assuming it's going to be good, I think your wish will be granted. I think you'll be happy. But, I mean, I wonder how they're going to do it. Like, are they do Silent Hill transmissions? They do like Metal Gear, like little Metal Gear podcasts. I wonder if they'll do something similar for Castlevania. But Raven, thank you for the super chat, buddy. People Can Fly. Yeah, I heard about that. People Can Fly is working on a game based on a Sony IP. We haven't heard anything though. Didn't the Lenovo Legion sell about 800K? Well, I think this is why Microsoft is willing to probably let other manufacturers make some of their hardware because it's hardware is kind of risky. I mean, you get these really high end, premium, nice products, but they're low volume products, and I think Microsoft's probably just like we don't want to worry about that. But they are making their own handheld, so I guess the pricing will be what people I think really focus on, like not even necessarily the capability. The capability will be important, but I think the pricing more than anything is what people are going to want to know. Like, is this thing going to be like premium, like 500, $600, or is it going to be more affordable? You just need Resident Evil news. Yeah, nothing yet. I don't know when Resident Evil 9's coming, man. I don't know. We've been waiting a while for it. Bro, Shadow Gamer, look, man. You gotta chill out. Okay? You gotta chill out. We're not trying to we're not trying to do that here. All right, man. Just chill out. I'm glad you appreciate the videos, though. I'm glad you like them. The Lenovo is the least popular and the most expensive compared to the counterparts. Yeah, I think the Steam Deck is the most popular out there right now. No, I didn't get back to Astrobot yet. I will at some point. When is Xbox going to become fifth party? First, you're talking fourth party, now fifth party. Bro, I feel like we're entering different dimensions here. All right, let me go. But yeah, Silent Hill F. I think it's looking good, man. I think it's looking good. I'll be interested to see some gameplay. Not 100% sold on it, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about it. Okay. I wanted to go over this with you guys. So we have a report from Bloomberg. They say here, the too long didn't read version, Ubisoft are making a new entity / venture, and their big IPs like Assassin's Creed will have a place for bids to have a stake in that business. So a stake in these IPs through the venture. The key quotes: Ubisoft Entertainment SA is looking to bring in investors to a new entity that will include some of its core video gaming intellectual property, including Assassin's Creed, according to people familiar with the situation. The company is considering selling a minority stake in the venture and has contacted potential bidders, including current shareholder Tencent Holdings and funds globally and in France, where Ubisoft is based, the people said. Ubisoft has asked for preliminary bids to be made as soon as this month, asking not to be identified, or said the individual or the people, asking not to be identified, discussing a private matter. Ubisoft, which was founded by France's Guillemot family, may seek a valuation for the yet-to-be-formed IP unit that is higher than the size of the main companies. This is what they're saying. Considerations are ongoing. No final decision has been made, and plans could still change, they added. A representative from Ubisoft referred to a question for comment to the company's quarterly earnings, in which it said the review of various transformational, strategic, and capitalistic opportunities are ongoing to help extract the best value from Ubisoft's assets. Tencent declined to comment. So, yeah, what we are looking at here essentially is it seems like Ubisoft is in such a bad spot right now. They essentially decided. You're asking if my eyes are good, dude. I don't know. I think I'm having like allergies, man. Like my eyes have been itching like crazy, but I'm okay. I think, hopefully. But yeah, man, Ubisoft is in such a bad spot right now where they're just like finding ways to. I don't know if this means they're. It doesn't sound like. Hold on. You don't have to spam. People Can Fly and PlayStation entered into an agreement to develop a game codenamed Delta. They put out a statement yesterday. The IP belongs to Sony Interactive Entertainment. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, shit. We'll see. Yeah, Pragmatic Hat had to delete that for the spam, but I appreciate you letting me know. Maybe we could cover that in another stream coming up. But yeah, dude, Ubisoft they're like so badly on the ropes right now. The way I'm reading this is it's not like they're going to sell an IP like Assassin's Creed. It's not like, hey, Microsoft, do you want to buy Assassin's Creed? But basically, what sounds like is going to happen is they're going to allow multiple companies to just kind of throw money down on this IP, so that way they can not only get money from it themselves because they're going to be like a partial owner, but they'll have a lot of say in what happens, to these franchises and what they do with them. That's my read on this, but I don't know, dude. Ubisoft seems like they're really. I don't know how they're going to get it together. They really seem like they're getting desperate, and it doesn't seem like I think they understand that nobody wants to buy them. I think even Microsoft wouldn't want to buy Ubisoft, because if you acquire a company like Ubisoft, you're acquiring everything. All of the problems and everything. You're acquiring all that overhead, and it's Ubisoft's problems become your problems now. So yeah, what they're doing with their IP, I think, is just in an effort to essentially. It almost sounds like to me like they're just trying to secure funding in a way for these games, like by allowing other. So, like right now, Ubisoft has complete control over Assassin's Creed, as far as I'm aware. If they decide to do this with the Assassin's Creed IP, you could see Sony come in. Sony could drop a certain amount of money and invest, and then Microsoft could. Tencent could, EA could, anybody could. And if they do this, like whoever basically drops the biggest investment is going to have the most sway in what they do with the Assassin's Creed IP going forward. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm understanding this correctly. I don't know if I'm interpreting it correctly, but I would assume that the reason why Ubisoft is doing this is because it's just like, yeah, they need to make sure that these games can be made, and they're going to need money. They're going to need money to make them. The problem with buying Ubisoft is you would lead to fire a ton of people, which is a bad look. Yeah, if somebody like Microsoft acquired Ubisoft, like literally more than half the employees would probably be let go, which would be nuts. Like they have so many employees, it's wild. You think Sucker Punch should make The Last of Us Part 3? No, I don't know about that, dude. I don't know about that. No company wants to take on 20,000 plus Ubisoft employees and then look like the bad guy with mass layoffs. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you would talk about a PR nightmare. Yeah, they're going to like let go of like 10,000 plus employees. That would be bad. And this is why Ubisoft, I mean, I don't know what other options they have, man. I don't know what other options they have where it's like, if what they're doing now doesn't work, is that what they're going to have to do? Like shut down a bunch of studios and lay off like a third or half of their employees to survive? It just looks like it's getting spooky out here, man. No, I'll go check that out now. Maybe we could talk about it more extensively. Let me see. People Can Fly. I can't find their here we go. What? So I'm on the official People Can Fly Twitter, and I don't see any tweets. I'm trying to see if I can find what you guys are talking about. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, where'd you guys find this? Saying Zubitech tweeted about it. All right, let me go check here. Oh, okay. People Can Fly has entered into an agreement with Sony Interactive Entertainment for a production of a prototype of a new game codenamed Project Delta. Date March 13th, 2025. Okay. I mean, it's hard to get excited, you know? Project Delta could mean anything. It's hard to get excited because like they're asking for a prototype, which means like they're not even sure if this is gonna get made. But I would assume that it would be a PlayStation 6 title. Outriders wasn't bad. People Can Fly, I think, is a pretty competent developer. I'm wondering though, like, if it's, I mean, it sounds like it could be an established IP, maybe. It says here the management board of PCF Group or People Can Fly Group, with its registered office in Warsaw, hereby informs that on March 13th, 2025, the company and Sony Interactive Entertainment, LLC, with its registered office in San Mateo, California, USA, the publisher concluded a production agreement, prototype development agreement, regarding cooperation of the parties in the production of a prototype for a new video game codenamed Project Delta, the product based on the intellectual property rights owned by the publisher. So, it sounds like it could be an established IP, or it just could be that whatever this IP is going to be, they agreed that, Sony can own it. In accordance with the production agreement, work on the product will be divided into milestones. The detailed terms of cooperation between the parties regarding achieving and payment for subsequent milestones are set in a milestone schedule to the production agreement. Let's see here. All right. I guess we'll see. We'll see what this ends up being. But it is official. Yeah, that's official documentation. They are making a game for Sony. Project Delta. It's gonna be SOCOM. It's gonna be SOCOM, isn't it? I mean, think about it. Think about this for a moment. People Can Fly. What are they known for? They're known for third-person shooters. They worked on Gears. They did Outriders. So, SOCOM? Delta Force? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, man. Oliver, member for 22 months, says, wasn't able to watch the show lately. A lot is going on in my life right now. But MBG, keep up the good work. Excited for the Days Gone remaster, MGS Delta, and the Oblivion remaster. Well, thank you for that, Oliver. I'm glad you can at least catch some of the content. And yeah, man, I can't say I'm excited for the Oblivion remaster, but Days Gone, Metal Gear, absolutely. Curious to see how people react to the Oblivion remaster, just because I'm curious to see what it looks like. I'm not going to play it no matter what. It's just not my type of game, but I think for a lot of people, a lot of Bethesda fans, it could be a big deal. Oh yeah, they made Bulletstorm as well. I forgot about that. Bulletstorm. Yeah, I mean, they're known for shooters, man. So, I mean, I don't consider the shooters they've made tactical shooters, but Project Delta, I don't know. We'll find out. It'll probably be quite some time until we find out. Like, this will probably be a game that's revealed at the PlayStation 6 reveal event or something. But yeah. And Paul Ganell comes in and gifts you guys a membership. Dragon Knight was gifted as well. So, Paul, thank you so much for that, man. Very much appreciate it. Give you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There we go. Kratos, thank you. Let me add that to the goal here. What time is it? I got started late today since we did a morning with the missus. So I got to make sure not to lose track of time, because I can't. Today's stream will probably be a shorter one. Let me see where we at. Oh, okay. All right, I could go for a little bit longer. Yeah, I was close to not streaming today. Yeah, we got a one bomb. I was close to not streaming today because I went longer with the morning with the missus than I had planned to. And it kind of cut into this stream's time, but I still wanted to put something out, What is Project Delta? As of right now, it's just it's a game that is being made for Sony by People Can Fly. That's all we know. They're putting together a prototype. So it's a ways off, dude. But it's official. It's real. It's official. What if it's Mag 2 they're working on? Yeah, Mag 2. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the reactions? Announcing Mag 2 for the PlayStation 6. That'd be pretty sick, actually. I think a lot of people would be excited about that. No, I haven't heard of this. Did I miss something about Oblivion? The only thing you missed is that apparently an Oblivion remaster is going to be announced next month, and it's going to release next month. That's pretty much it. You're more excited for Silent Hill F than GTA 6? Damn, dude. Lux says Project Delta equals Destruction All Stars 2. Oh, God. That would be so cursed, dude. I would like to see it just because of how funny it would be. We know Destruction All Stars didn't get the best reviews and it wasn't the hottest, the best received game or the hottest thing on the market. But you know what? Herman Hulst really believed in this. I doubt it. Again, considering People Can Fly, they make third-person shooters. I imagine it's some kind of third-person shooter. I don't know if it's like I don't know if Sony's giving them one of their IPs like SOCOM or something, or if they're making an original IP. It sounds like they're giving them an IP. That's what it sounds like. They said they're working on an IP that's owned by Sony. So I think it's going to be a Bloodborne third-person shooter. Yeah. Pretty sure that's what they're working on. Luke, you're saying everyone keeps acting like Xbox is winning and I can't do it anymore. Nobody's winning. Dude, listen, there's only two groups of people that are winning. You ready? The business executives at these companies that are raking in the money, and the people who are happy to play these games. Those are the only two groups of people that are winning. That's the reality, man. Microsoft's not beating Sony. Sony's not beating Microsoft. They're making money. Lots and lots of money. Money that we're not making. Well, at least not on that scale. Well, I would assume most people are not making that kind of money. They're making a Bloodborne kart racer. They're not winning, but they're taking over. I guess, in a way. They want to be everywhere. Yeah, Microsoft, they want to have their tentacles in everything. They want a little they want a little slice of every pie. They want to infect everything. Why is Xbox getting Forspoken? Oh my God, you're right. I forgot about that. Oh shit, dude, Forspoken was a 2-year exclusive. Who signed that deal? I forgot about that. Yeah. Who's going to play Forspoken on Xbox? Holy shit. Are they even going to bother? Like, is it even worth it at that point? Like, if you're Square, like, is it even worth really? Maybe it is. I don't know. What do you think? How unrealistic do you think Square Enix's expectations are for Forspoken on Xbox? PlayStation Pete with a $5 chat says, not buying any more controllers, not interested in DS2 because it reminds me of my pizza job. Next week, 50% off at Domino's Online. PlayStation Pete, you really want me to order some Domino's? I might take up that offer. 50% off if you order online. That's pretty good. You're saying you're not playing it because it reminds you of your pizza job. It's funny because in Death Stranding, you actually do deliver some pizzas. Thank you for letting me know about that 50% off, though. I might take advantage of that. Oh, yeah, they could put Forspoken on Game Pass. I guess that would work. Some people would play it. They'll take the Game Pass bag. Yo, how much do you think Microsoft is offering them for Forspoken? It's got to be such a low amount, man. Lux, you're saying, I don't think Sony will ever make SOCOM. They fear the journalists too much. Making a macho, military, manly bro game will alienate certain groups. I hope not. I hope you're wrong about that, Lux. Sony's got to have... They got to get their balls, back and just be like, yeah, manly... Well, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, SOCOM was never really that, though. You know what I mean? Like, SOCOM was never like the bro shooter or like the, manly macho. It was more. It was trying to be more realistic and like a tactical military shooter. But now they got to bring it back. I think they got to bring SOCOM back. I don't know why they haven't. If I had to guess, the reason why Sony hasn't brought SOCOM back, honestly, I think it's because they probably weren't sure who would develop it. You need to find a development team, and that's why I find People Can Fly working with Sony interesting, because you need to find a development team that has experience with making third-person shooters. You can't just give... you could give SOCOM to anybody, but if you're not giving it to a team that has experience working on third-person shooters, the product and the end product and the end result will probably be something that people find disappointing. You're taking more of a risk there. But I don't want to get my hopes up. I hope Sony isn't like that anymore, dude. Not that they've really it's not that they've always been like that, but yeah, they gotta greenlight some macho manly shit. Yeah, guys, Anonymous Boss is asking you to hit the like button. If you haven't, please hit the like button. Sony seems to be, we were talking about the Xbox handheld a little while ago. Sony seems to be going all in, dude, with the PlayStation Portal. I don't know if you guys have noticed. They've been releasing like a new ad for the PlayStation Portal like every month. They're like starting to really advertise this thing next to the PS5. Kind of surprising. Lux, you're saying realistic games mean no female characters. I don't think it has. No, it's not. It doesn't have to be like that, dude. I think like, I don't know if you're saying that earnestly. Like, I don't know if you're saying that that's what would make it realistic, but no, dude, they can make a military shooter and have plenty of female characters in there. They can make plenty. People want that, Bro, Shadow Gamer, did you just change your profile picture midstream? Who are you people? Is the Portal streaming only? Yeah. The internet's a weird place, man. It's more likely People Can Fly is restarting the God of War live service than making a SOCOM. What? Okay, why do you gotta say the most cursed stuff, man? Why do you gotta say the most... Like, that would be even worse. That would somehow be worse than Bluepoint working on it. Kojima put out a tweet saying, Brad, can't believe we're the same age. Kojima's trying to become friends with Brad Pitt. Lux, you're saying SOCOM SEAL team with female characters? So not realistic. Yeah, but I guess I'm just saying, like, I don't know that it would matter. Like, I think anybody who would criticize like a new SOCOM game coming out where like you can, assuming you can like customize your character, make a character, and they have like you can make a female character. I think that would be like so nitpicky. Like, bro, it's a fucking game. Come on. You know, like I understand like how some people might be like, well, it's not. I don't know. So check this out. It says there is no artificial or illegal barrier to a woman becoming a Navy SEAL. No woman has become a Navy SEAL. the follow-up is so funny. There are no barriers to saying that women cannot be Navy SEALs. No woman has become a Navy SEAL. Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess it would kind of be unrealistic in that sense, but at the same time, they could just be like, well, there's no rules against it. You know? Have you not seen G.I. Jane? Does Guerrilla own Killzone? Sony owns Killzone. I mean, Sony owns Guerrilla, but they own Killzone as well. Off topic, go watch Goku 100 times gravity training. It motivates you like crazy to work out, at least for me. Since you're all about fitness life, the fitness life as well, MBG. Yeah, maybe I'll have to go check that out. Xbox's King claims to be a Navy SEAL. Now we're going to argue who's really a Navy SEAL and who's not. Are we ever going to get games we want in today's time? It's all perfect image. You'd like to see a Navy SEAL give birth and then tell us how much it hurts. Be careful what you wish for. All right. I want Sony, bro. I want Sony to come out and be like, we're bringing back SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs. And it's like SEALs. Like you're actually playing as a SEAL. And you get to customize your SEAL. It's SOCOM gameplay. Third person tactical shooter. But you're a literal SEAL. Why not? It's still SOCOM. And Herman will come out and be like, you guys wanted SOCOM back. We brought back SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs. We brought it back. And you're still not happy. Oh, man. What if they're making a new Killzone? I doubt it. Perfect Image wants that. Perfect Image knows. He knows what's up. Why do you say that? You're saying Silent Hill F looks like an Avowed/Concord mess? What makes you think that? I didn't see anything that gave me that vibe. We have yet to see more details on them doing a Splinter Cell game. Yeah, I think they were doing a remake of the original, but I don't know what happened. You're saying SOCOM would be much better than what Call of Duty has become? Yeah, Call of Duty has become pretty nonsensical. I think people would be excited for something more grounded, you know? Women are allowed to join special forces, rangers, SEALs, etc., but they have to go through the same type of school and training as men. I guess I never really thought about that. Yeah. Hmm. Hold on. Kingdom Hearts 4 news. I forgot about that game, dude. Indie developers are the only ones mixing things up these days. Death Seals versus the terrorist sea lions. Well, like I said, man, in all seriousness, I'm not necessarily banking on Sony going back to some of their classic IP. I'm not banking on this. We've been asking them to go back to certain games for a long time now, and you know, we still haven't seen anything. Like at the beginning of this generation, we were under the impression that there maybe was a SOCOM game in development, that we were going to get some of this classic IP coming back, but Sony, they just don't, they haven't shown an interest in doing that. Maybe that's changed. Maybe they are going to start bringing stuff back, but there's no real indication of that right now. Lux, you're saying SOCOM, we need to go third party to beat Call of Duty numbers. Well, the problem, yeah, if Sony were to try to seriously bring back SOCOM, they would have to really evaluate what their goals are, because it's you're not going to a SOCOM game is not going to match Call of Duty, not even close. Not even close. Even if they went full multiplat, they could release it everywhere. Switch, Xbox. It's not going to reach anywhere near Call of Duty numbers. But it doesn't mean it can't be successful either. It all depends on what Sony's measurement of success is. This is why when we talk about Sony's live service approach, I don't know what they consider successful. All we know is they had a massive, colossal hit with Helldivers and a massive, colossal failure with Concord. So I would, if I had to guess, their measurement for success would be somewhere between those two, where a game that finds some audience and some success, and there's potential for growth over time, but not something that is, barely hanging on and barely finding a player base. I don't know. Maybe Sony's expectations are lower than that. Maybe Sony's expectations are, if it can just get enough players to sustain it for a little bit, we'll focus on growing it. I don't know. So if they were to try to bring back a live service SOCOM or something, Sony's not going to be able to make something as successful as Call of Duty. Microsoft wasn't able to make something as successful as Call of Duty. Call of Duty is its own thing. Nobody does what Call of Duty does. And that's just the truth, man. Nobody puts out a new game each year that's, for all intents and purposes, the same game, and they just kind of keep recycling it, and it still remains at the top. Nobody does that. You have live service games like Fortnite and PUBG and stuff like that remain at the top, but they're not putting out new releases every year. That's, to me, what makes Call of Duty unique, in that they can still release it every year and treat it like a live service. So I don't think anybody can really replicate what Call of Duty has done. And I don't think anybody, maybe Battlefield could be the closest, but even Battlefield could not be annualized. I think Battlefield could find maybe some type of success that can get close to Call of Duty's, but they can't annualize it. I don't think so. Michael Lynch with a $10 chat says, as a Marine, I can tell you firsthand that the physical test for female Marines is lowered for them to qualify. I want to see the female that finally graduate graduates buds to become a SEAL. Interesting. Well, I'll take your word for it, Michael. I mean, you're saying you're a Marine, so you would know better than I. Um, I mean, I've seen some of those videos of the Navy SEAL training, and I'm like, yeah, that's tough, dude. Like, definitely makes me question, like, man, could I do that shit? I don't know. I don't know. It looks like it really is truly grueling shit. But I appreciate your insight on that, Michael. I didn't know you were a Marine either. People underestimate how many people have consoles just for Call of Duty and sports games. I think yeah, people do usually underestimate that. Like I saw earlier this year, or maybe towards the end of last year, people were highlighting like how Call of Duty was kind of struggling on PC a bit, and I'm like, I don't think that matters, guys. Like Call of Duty does so well on console, especially on PlayStation, just because there's a lot more PlayStations out there. Like it does, it obviously does well on PC. It does well enough, but I don't think PC is like where the main player base of Call of Duty is. I just don't think that's where it is, and that's why like if the numbers kind of drop on PC, it's like, well, how are they doing on console? It's like Dwayne Johnson is thanking Michael for his service. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Thank you for your service, Michael Lynch. We do appreciate it. You've been out for 26 years. You'll be 50 in August. Oh, okay. And my father was he was an Army Ranger. He he was involved at the very tail end of the Vietnam War during like the cleanup. I think like from 1970 to 1974. Um yeah, he was yeah, he was a military man. And it was always interesting to hear his thoughts and opinions on like Call of Duty and stuff and gaming. And I think he was just like my dad never really got gaming. He never understood it. I remember there was this one time I tried to have him play. No joke. I tried to have him play Left 4 Dead on the Xbox 360. This was many many years ago, and I just like left him with it, and he got a little bit further than I thought. Like I put him in like the first level. Now he like never played a video game in his life, and he got further than I expected him to. He made it to like I think the subway or something. And I was like, oh, damn! I didn't think you'd do that for somebody who's never played a game before. But he just couldn't. He couldn't get into it. Like he couldn't quite understand the appeal of video games. I remember one of the funnier stories I have with my father and gaming is, and it's funny the way I put it, like the way I'm going to word this, I'm wording it this way intentionally. When he walked in on me playing Dark Souls, it was pretty funny because he was like looking at it and he's like, I remember he just kind of looked at me. He's like, "You're into this type of stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I'm into this stuff. Like, this is a great game." He's like, "Okay, okay." Like you could tell he was like he was judging me a little bit, but he saw that I was like actually really into it. He's like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And he's like, sat down and was like watching me play it for a little bit and trying to check it out. I guess just trying to understand what the appeal might be. He was like, "Yeah, this is cool. It's cool." It's like looking back on it, it's like it's a pretty funny moment because I think my father was like used to me playing like playing stuff like Call of Duty and stuff like Left 4 Dead and whatnot, and then I'm just like playing Dark Souls, and he's like, what's this?" If he was still around today, he'd be like, "Dad, come check out this game called Fortnite." Actually, if my dad was still around, I'd love to get his thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2. Now that would be an interesting one because I know he liked westerns, stuff like that. Lux, you're saying MBG Um, you're saying you're not considered joining the military? Are you asking like have I ever considered joining the military? Um, no, I don't know if that's the question you're asking, but no, I it's weird because like I grew up, my dad was always into military stuff, but he seemed to like kind of push me away from that. Like it seemed like he didn't want. He had a not good experience with his time in the military. Like he was pretty traumatized. He was pretty messed up, and I think he kind of wanted me to not go in that direction. Um, and there were times when I was growing up where I thought about it, but he seemed to kind of steer me away from it. Yeah, we talked about that, JMR. We'll probably talk about it again on another stream. You're from a family of gamers. I remember one of the things I tried showing my father back in the day was when I was playing MGS4. I was like, Dad, you got to see this game. You got to see this character, Snake. I'm like, he reminds me of you. He's like this old, grizzled war vet, smoking cigarettes. It's like literally, that's my dad, wearing bandanas and shit. And I don't know. I don't think he quite got it because I was like showing him the intro to MGS4, and I think he like thought the character Snake was cool, but everything else that was going on, like shitting robots and stuff. He's like, what is this? Hold on one sec, guys. You have / had a family full of military through the ages, nuclear subs, Air Force, you name it. What's interesting is I don't know that I come from a military family. Like my grandfather, I mean I never met the man, but I don't think he was in the military. And prior to him, I have no idea. I remember like my father wanted to join the military. It was I guess it was like 1970, and I remember the story he told me is he just wanted to get out of his home. He didn't like his home life, and he wanted to enlist. Um, and he did, and that's how it went down. He enlisted when he was young. I think like as soon as he was of age to enlist, he did. Military breaks a lot of people. Yeah, yeah. My dad was definitely messed up. He had some severe PTSD. It's like especially as he got older, like it got bad, got real bad. It's pretty very sad. But yeah, he was a tough guy. What were we talking about originally though? I feel like I don't know how it. Oh, it was because Michael Lynch his super chat saying he was a Marine. You enlisted at 17. It's not for everybody. Your cousin's in the military. Yeah, I mean I have a lot of respect for people in the military, man, because it's not. From what I can tell, it's not easy. You wonder what my father would think of Death Stranding or Death Stranding 2 trailer? Oh my god, yeah, that would be funny. He'd legitimately probably look at me and be like, "What the fuck am I looking at right now?" And I'd be like, "I don't know." The genius of Kojima. The genius of Kojima. I'm sorry to hear that, Dragon Warrior. Damn. Perfect Image. You want a police game? Or like a detective game or something like that, maybe. No, I didn't see that, Josh. It's okay, Patrick Murphy. It's all good, bro. It's not that heavy. I'm not trying to make it a heavier stream, It's not like a members lounge or anything, but it's all good. No worries, man. Cutscene walk, cutscene walk. Come on, Death Stranding's more than that. It's more than that. Police Simulator, Max Payne. Max Payne Police Simulator. The way you describe your dad reminds me when Kurt Russell plays Snake Plissken from Escape New York. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily. He wasn't quite like that, but yeah, he was. My dad was an interesting character. Gavin says there's never a bad time to talk about jiggle physics. So, yeah, I covered it in my video today, but Kojima coming out and apologizing is anybody else a little bit nervous about this? Kojima, he's apologizing in advance for how insane and ridiculous specifically Higgs gets in this game. And I'm like, oh man, shit's about to become totally nonsensical when Kojima is coming out apologizing in advance. That's when shit's about to go down. Speaking of Death Stranding 2, I wonder how tough it'll be to deliver packages since it looks like it's going to be illegal to deliver packages. What are you talking about, Otacon? I'm confused. Apparently, some Dark Souls fans are not happy with Kojima using this shortened DS2 because of Dark Souls 2. Oh my god. Oh my god. Really? That can't be real. Fred, you got to be messing with me, bro. People can't actually be. They can't be mad about that. Maybe people got some hands on with the game and the feedback to them was a bit rough. I love that idea, man. I love the idea that, yeah, play testers or like some people played the game and they're like, he's like, so what'd you think? Did you like it? And they're like, I gotta ask you about that last segment with Higgs, man. What? I'm upset. I'm not. I don't know. The way he said, Kojima said that you might throw your controller against the wall, and I don't understand if he meant like. This is where the translation from Japanese. It's like, was he mean like difficulty, like boss battle? It's going to be really hard, and you're going to throw your controller against the wall out of anger. Because the way it was worded, it kind of made it sound like you're going to throw your controller against the wall because of how ridiculous it gets. So I don't know. I don't really know exactly. Like, I'm not sure how to take this. You think he was in a post yesterday? Some comments on X. Dude, that's crazy. I can't imagine being mad. You can't use DS2. That's reserved for Dark Souls 2. Like, what? Bro, who cares? Titus, stop. Mm-mm. 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 I came across some South Park clips the other day with some Asian characters. I haven't seen South Park in years, and I was fucking dying, dude. I was fucking dying. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, no. I haven't seen South Park in so long, and these random clips just popped up. Foghorn Leghorn playing Death Stranding 2. Like, who's responsible for this unwarranted attack on my person? That's an interesting take, Gaming Survivor. You're saying, let's be honest, no one gave a shit about Dark Souls until Elden Ring. I will say, as somebody who was an OG with Dark Souls. Hold on, what the fuck was that? Okay. Sorry. Sound like no, Titus, I know, I think it's 22. But I just will say, Gaming Survivor, as somebody who was an OG with the Dark Souls games, always advocating for them. Now, I'm not the most, like, I wasn't there for Demon Souls. I think a lot of people cared about Dark Souls, but I think what was interesting to see is when Elden Ring went mainstream. Like Dark Souls, I don't think went truly mainstream. I think it got popular and people were like, "Yeah, Dark Souls," but I think it did not become fully mainstream. And I think Elden Ring is what brought it to the mass market, like to everybody, and it went mainstream. And that it's weird because it's like I feel like the Dark Souls games are better than Elden Ring. I know a lot of people disagree with that. Maybe it's the nostalgia talking, but I just like the Dark Souls games better, especially like Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 1's a really special game too, actually. Maybe Dark Souls 1 more than anything. But it's almost like I wish more people would have seen like Dark Souls. Like I hope people kind of go back and play those games because yeah, Elden Ring is the natural progression of Dark Souls, of like where it's going to go next, what it can be next. But we have a direct donation from Moonshot. He says Detective Seeds was on Crossfire yesterday, saying he's heard that PSSR is currently already 3 versions ahead right now, and also thinks this gen will be extended. 3 versions ahead. I don't know who this person is. I've seen this person pop up a couple of times, but I'm not too familiar with them. I don't know whether to believe them or not, but when it comes to PSSR, I mean, you're talking about it being like I don't know. The only thing I came across recently was a clip of Moore's Law is Dead saying that apparently, if I understood correctly, that like PSSR was ahead of FSR and Sony gave PSSR to AMD to reverse engineer if they wanted to. So I don't know, man. When it comes to PSSR, I think, to be honest, like I'm just obviously I'm interested in keeping up with the stuff to cover it, but I don't like how combative people get anymore about it. Where it's like I see people complaining that this upscaler is better than that upscaler, or complaining that like we shouldn't have upscalers at all because like it's making developers lazy and whatnot. And I'm just like I don't know, man. Like I just boot up a game on my PS5 Pro. It says it's PS5 Pro enhanced, and it looks great and it runs great, and I'm fine with that. Like I don't know. Will PSSR get better? I think it obviously will, and I'm here for it. As somebody who invested in the PS5 Pro, I would love to see PSSR continue to improve over and over and over again. Musashi says Kojima needs you to throw your controller against the wall and switch to controller 2 so Higgs cannot sense your inputs as you pass through some dimensional plane or some psycho mantis. Oh man, yeah, I can't wait to see Musashi. I can't wait to see what type of weird fourth wall breaking Kojima's going to do this time. I feel like he's going to try to top himself. You must throw the controller against the wall. That's the only way to win. I'm curious, man. I feel like he was talking about a boss battle, honestly, more than anything. I think that's what he was referencing. Gaming Survivor, what are you talking about, man? Sony says, "Come play with our pisser." Oh my god! There you go. There's the PS6 tagline. PS6, come play with our pisser. Sometimes I feel like, was it a good idea to stream today? Gonna have you playing the DualSense sensor bar with the guitar weapon. I want to learn more about Red Samurai. Do we have any information on Red Samurai? This is the character. Hold on. Yeah, I want to know more about this character, Red Samurai, because I'm pretty sure it's like a baby in like a fucking big ass samurai robot suit. I feel like Red Samurai might be BB, but we can't confirm. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. If Kojima pulls this off, in the words of Hideo Kojima, the samurai is a new character in the latest Hideo 2 video. So in short, this is not a type of NPC, but a full-on character. They're trying to go full Metal Alchemist, aren't they? Liu gets to be the BT/Soul in a full suit of armor. This is more of a far-wide opinion, but I don't like the theory of it being Liu. It doesn't follow what Liu's character represents, and feels like being this action-packed kind of overshadows the whole character. I just love the idea. To me, this is gonna be the highlight of this game, dude. Where it's just this fucking giant samurai badass machine, whatever. That's just a baby making baby noises, goo goo gaga, while he's slicing you up. I just don't think it gets better. Like, to me, that's the peak. And if we get to play as that character at some point, like, this is the evolution of Raiden. This is like baby goo goo gaga Raiden, Cyborg Ninja. Anyway, I have to see this trailer again, dude. I got to see this trailer again. Hold on. I don't have it up on screen, but where is it? Death Stranding 2 trailer. So it's giving me the newest trailers, of course. I'm looking for the January. Here we go.
Was it you, Higgs? Huh? Was it you that killed Lou?
You still don't know, do you?
I got to bring this up. I got to see it again. I got to see it again. I'm sorry. I know this is a bit out of nowhere. Hold on, though. See, did you hear that? Dude, this is going to be the greatest thing I ever play, isn't it? Like, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, dude, that's exactly what it is. It's a fucking baby samurai. Oh my god. I don't know why I like love this concept so much. Bro, he's straight up laughing at him. He's like, this is a fun game. You're making me laugh. Little cute baby laugh. Red Samurai is a BB. I don't know why it just like breaks my brain in the best way.
Something he said. You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou.
All right, Sam. Let's see what we can find on Lou.
If you want answers, you're gonna have to find them yourself. But the ones you do find, well, that pain you nurse will only get worse. Sam the man in the dark about everything.
Man, this game's going to be awesome, bro. I can't wait for this shit. I can't wait. Yeah, but I had to go back and listen to this again and rewatch it because it's like, yeah, you're just making baby sounds. You want a Red Samurai patch for your backpack? We really don't know anything about Baby Lou. Kojima tapping back into that MGS fan base. Later on in the scene, you'll find Red Samurai sucking some memories? What? Hanzo, what did I just read? It's not far from release. Uh-oh. Is this a coincidence? We're talking about the Red Samurai from Death Stranding 2, and then Rich Rod comes in out of nowhere being like, you guys miss me? Oh, you like the shirt? Thanks, man. Yeah, Mrs. MBG got me the shirt. It's a good shirt. Red Samurai only drinks glasses of milk. It's going to be something like that, isn't it? It's going to be something like that. Well, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. All right, come on, boss. Okay, so guys, we are approaching the 2-hour mark. And Rich Rod, I'm sorry, bro, but I think this is where we're going to be bringing this stream to an end. I wanted to keep it shorter today. A little bit shorter. Didn't have a whole lot to discuss, I'm not going to lie. Wasn't too interested in the Ubisoft topic, but it felt like one of the only things gaming news-wise. But, yeah, that's true, Angry Whale Watcher. Don't worry, Rich Rod. You're welcome back anytime. But yeah, we are going to wrap up today's stream. I did want to keep it on the shorter side. I did get off to a bit of a late start since we did Morning with the Misses. But I do want to encourage you guys, if you are a channel member, please go check out that Morning with the Misses episode. I think you guys will enjoy it. If you're not a member, consider becoming one. And yeah, we did see that. We'll probably talk about that again on Sunday. I'm sure people are going to want to discuss it further. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to come hang out with me for a little bit and chill with me and Boss. And I want to give everybody a thank you. If you dropped any super chats, if you dropped a membership gift or direct donation, thank you so much for supporting the channel and the content directly. And I also want to make sure to give a shout out to Devil Shooter, who does the timestamps for the streams. So if you see Devil Shooter in the comments, give him some thanks, show him some love. I know he appreciates it. And yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I'm going to go be thinking about Red Samurai. And yeah, so guys, please enjoy the rest of your Friday. We should be back here Sunday. So I guess be on the lookout for that. And that does it. So until next time, guys, take care.